Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you didn't already, my name is Tara, and today I wanted to do a full face of Wet n Wild makeup. Some things I haven't tried, some things I have tried. So I just wanted to, test it out and see how it's going to perform on the face. Alright, so first off, I'm going to prime my face. So I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer Based, and it says it refines pores, fills fine lines, brightens complexion, evens skin tone. It's brand new. Peel the thing off of it. I did unwrap all the new stuff beforehand, I guess except for this. So we're going to just dot it on the face. If you hear my cat meowing, I'm sorry. And we're just going to rub it in. And I'm like hoping and praying this doesn't make me matte, because I'm not a matte girl. My skin does feel smooth, but it doesn't feel tacky, so I'm a little worried about that, but we will see. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is the shade Porcelain. It's a fair warm. Now I'm fair neutral. So we'll just have to see how the shade goes, because it may not match, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry. They didn't have a lot of colors at the drugstore. It has this weird spatula thing. It smells foundation-y, basically. So I'm just using a good old-fashioned beauty blender to blend it out. I wanted to use the beauty blender because I love all my sponges equally, but I knew that this would give me the best results. I feel like this is a little bit too light for me right now. I wear sunscreen every single day and it's really, really warm. And somehow I have color on my face, I don't know. I always blend it up into my hairline, especially since I think I'm gonna be doing my bangs sideways. I know a lot of people rave about this foundation. It's definitely not full coverage. It's definitely clinging to my dry patches really, really bad right there. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna go in with a second layer to see if it is buildable. I'm gonna go where like most of my redness pops out. If I'm looking down, it's because my mirror is down here. You can definitely still see my freckles. It does seem to be building, but I can still see all my redness. So if you're gonna use this, I would definitely color correct beforehand. 100%. I have an ingrown hair right here in my eyebrow, and it's definitely showing through. All right, I'm gonna be going in with the Wet n Wild they're cruelty-free, which is awesome. Photo Finish Concealer, and this is in Light Ivory. This is the lightest shade. I know this is gonna be too dark, but we're gonna work with it. I think this concealer is darker than the foundation, honestly. Oh my god. How is this the lightest shade? Like I said, so many people rave about this. I don't get it. The concealer blends out beautifully. It's covering, at least on that eye, it covered. I mean, I can still see some of my freckles on this eye. It covered really good on this eye. But, oh, this foundation looks freaking awful. I hope it's picking up on camera how bad it looks. It looks so bad. Like, it's not even funny. So to set my face, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Powder in Warm Light, which it just looks like this. And this powder, so soft. I'm putting it in there, right? Rubbing the crap out of it. So I don't think this really gives you like an added coverage, but I really, really, really like the powder. I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild flat brush to do so. I'm gonna try to also use as many Wet n Wild brushes as possible in this video, because every video I've seen using Wet n Wild products, no one uses their brushes, and they have a whole line. I do love this powder. I've used it before, so I know that my face, oh, look at all my hard. Oh my god, this looks so awful. Alright, for eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with this eyebrow pencil they make. This is in the shade, where's the darn shade? Ginger Roots. This was the closest one to blonde that they had. Oh my god, that's red. didn't really have a blonde pencil. It is really creamy, not waxy at all, and I don't know if I like that. My cat is like meowing or purring underneath me. Sorry guys. This is like a pomade and a pencil. A brow pencil, if that makes any sense. That's like the best way to describe it. And then it has a little spoolie on the side. The product is actually kind of bleeding. Like bleeding through my brows. It's really weird. So to set my brows, they make the Ultimate Brow Mascara, and this is in the shade Blonder Over Yonder. I freaking love that. I'm from the South, so I love that. We'll see. I'm gonna go. I'm scared. I mean, definitely my brow hairs stick up. Ooh. The foundation's starting to look a little bit better now, but it's definitely creasing. All my fine lines around my mouth, my smile lines, my forehead lines, my nose creasing. The concealer looks really great. It did crease a little tiny bit, but nothing too dramatic. But it did not fully cover my under eyes, which my under eyes are pretty dark anyways. So for contour, I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, and it looks like this. And I'm gonna be super light-handed with this. I mean, it is kind of warm for my skin tone anyways. So I'm just gonna, whoa, that's freaking pigmented. Holy crap. This is a Crown Jumbo Kabuki fan brush, by the way. So I'm definitely gonna tap off a crap ton of that. It's way too warm for me. Oh my god. I look insane. I'm gonna go back into the contour palette and I'm gonna do a small nose contour. And I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild brush to attempt to do so. If you have oily skin, you may absolutely love this foundation. Actually, it's just really, really dry, and I moisturized beforehand, so it's not because I didn't moisturize. I just totally picked up all the product I had down on my face, like on my nose, and just, wow. Alright, so now that my nose contour looks like crap, my eyebrows look like crap. I'm really not trying to be negative, guys, but I'm scared. I'm very, very scared right now. 3 blushes, and I wanted to do a cool tone look, but now I just look like a warm freak. So I'm gonna take Rose Champagne as my blush, and that's what I'm gonna use for my blush, which is just this very beautiful blush, and I love this shade so much. And I'm just gonna use a Wet n Wild angle brush. This is a clean one, not the same one I used before. I love Wet n Wild blushes, they're amazing. Should I use this as my bronzer? Now for highlighter, I have Blossom Glow, which is a beautiful pinky shade, and that's right there. I'm gonna take this Morphe R40 brush to apply Zed highlights. It may be the brush because I've never used this brush to apply highlight before, but I definitely think it needs more than one of the, if you want an intense, and I'm already like warm, so I might as well just be intense. Why not? Yes, I do highlight my honker. I know I have a big nose, but I still do it. So it does emphasize my texture, definitely, but I also think that the foundation did not help that at all. And now for my eye look, I'm gonna prime my eyes. I think this is discontinued, but it's the only eye primer that I have from Wet n Wild, and it's from the Fergie collection, and it looks like this. And this is actually a really good primer. I used to use it all the time. This is a new one, because I ran on my old one, but I had bought this as a backup. That's how much I liked it. So I'm gonna be using the palette Au Naturel from Wet n Wild today, and it's called Nude Awakening, and it, if I can open it, it looks like this. So I'm gonna set my eyes with this color right here. It's this like bone looking color, and I'm just gonna use a Wet n Wild crease brush to do so. There's just so much warmth going on, and this is a cool tone palette. I'm kind of nervous. It may cancel itself out, or it may look really bad. So I'm gonna go into this cool toned brown right here, and I'm gonna put that into my crease with the same Wet n Wild brush that I used before, and just blend it out. A really pretty shade, and it's blending out really well. I actually am obsessed with cool tones. I do a lot of warm tone looks because that's what's really popular, but I really like cool tones. I'm just all about it. So then I'm going to tap into this Wet n Wild Art of the Streets, or Art in the Streets palette, and I'm going to take this purple shade right here, and I'm going to plop that into my crease. This is just a beautiful bright colored palette of all mattes. Like, I really like it. I just want my crease to be purple. I don't know why. Blending out so nice for a drugstore. And if you can't tell, I've never used either one of these palettes. I really like that color. I have like a bajillion Wet n Wild crease brushes, so oops, that's not a Wet n Wild one. But I have a lot of them, and this isn't even all of them. These are just some of my clean ones. Yeah, I have a lot of doubles of Wet n Wild brushes because they're cheap and they're really good quality. So, all right, I'm gonna go into my outer corner with this very deep shade right here. I'm gonna attempt to do it and pack it on with this brush right here from Wet n Wild. Wow, that's pretty pigmented. And I'm just gonna apply that to my outer corner and kind of keep it. I don't know how I feel about that. I might just not be using the best brush. All right, I'm gonna switch brushes. I'm gonna try it with this e.l.f. blending brush. I don't know how I feel about this. It's not blending out the greatest when I really wanted it to. And I'm gonna take it into the crease just slightly. I don't want to take it all the way in. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to go back in with this purple shade right here in the other palette and kind of blend that. Try to blend that a little bit more. Right? So instead of just having this on my outer V, I'm going to take this dark color and I'm going to put it into my crease as well. But I want it more precise because I don't really like how it looks just on my outer V. It's really patchy. So I'm going to attempt to blend it some more, and I'm going to take this Juvia's Place J127 brush to do so. See? Maybe it was the brush because that's blending out way better and looks way better. I think it was the brushes that I was trying to use. When you pick it up, there's a lot of product on the brush. Laying it down, oh my gosh, there's so much product. But then when you blend it, it definitely gets lighter. And then I'm going to take that Wet n Wild brush and go back in with the transition shade to blend. Try to blend this out. Yeah, this shade's a lot harder. Not the transition shade, but that maroon shade that maroon shade is not my friend right now. This is not becoming a good video. I'm gonna take this concealer. I'm just gonna take this Wet n Wild brush and I'm gonna attempt to kind of cut the crease a little bit. Oh, this is a really bad brush to try to do this with. No, I'm not using that brush. I'm gonna take this Morphe M127 brush with some Wet n Wild concealer and attempt to cut my crease a little bit. All right, and then to set that half cut of my crease, go with this one right here. And I'm gonna use this fluffy Wet n Wild brush to do so. Whew, holy pigment. That's pretty. And then I'm gonna go with and take this flat Wet n Wild brush and I'm gonna go into that burgundy shade and I'm going to pack pigment on here so it kind of ombres together and doesn't look like it just goes from one to the other. Then I'm going to take a makeup wipe really quickly and I'm gonna try to clean that up a little tiny bit because that looks rough. Very, very, very rough. And then I'll just take my sponge and kind of do a little this, a little that. This eye is darker than this eye. Alright, for my bottom lash line, I'm going to take this burgundy color right here and put that on my outer eye, like so, kind of connecting it. And then I'm gonna take the purple color right here, this Echo Tools brush, and I'm gonna start from the inner corner area. For inner corner, I'm gonna use this color right here, and I'm just gonna take this Morphe M168 brush to apply it in there. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. I have these like Wet n Wild glitters I've never tried, so I wanted to kind of tap into one. And I think for this look, I'm gonna try the silver one, especially since the inner corner highlight is silver. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, that's very goopy. Well, got product on my hand, that's for sure. I'm just gonna I'm gonna tap a little tiny bit on there. I don't want a lot, I just want a few little pretty specks. And I'm only applying I'm only applying it where I put that shimmer shade. It definitely went to more than just that area. Whoops. That was a fail. So I'm gonna take this, I should have got that darn white. I'm gonna take the same Wet n Wild highlighter that I used earlier and I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with it using the Morphe M515. So I wanted to attempt to do a wing. I almost never do wings, and I know why I never do, because I'm not the best at them. So I wanted to try to do at least a tiny little wing, or just like a little outline of something. I kind of messed up where I went to. So I wanted to try, I just bought this. It's the Mega Slim Skinny Eyeliner by Wet n Wild. And it's super, super, super fine. So I'm hoping I will be able to complete a wing with this. I'm hoping. Can't promise you. They may not look very long, but I have long eyelashes and it makes it super duper hard. Ooh, this runs really bad. It bleeds so bad though. Oh my gosh. Okay, well this look was pretty until I ruined it. After trying and trying and trying to do this, this was the best wing I got and it looks like total crap. This liner bleeds so bad. It is crazy. This is like a complete and total fail for me, like all the way around. Like I'm trying to make it work and it's just not coming out good at all. Worst freaking eyeliner I've ever used in my entire life. I mean, look how bad it bleeds. It bleeds so bad. All right, on to lip products. I'm gonna take this Kohl lip liner called Brandywine. Oh, that's funny. Then I'm gonna go over top of it with the Wet n Wild Catsuit liquid lipstick and Rebel Rose. I already know I love these. Oh, I completely forgot about my mascara because I'm so frustrated with my eyes and my face. For my bottom lashes, I'm doing it backwards. I'm gonna go in with the Mega Length mascara. The eyeliner transferred onto my bottom lash line and my tear duct. That's how bad it is. It is so bad. It completely ruined my look. It's transferring onto the bottoms of my eyes. It's awful. For the top eyelashes, I'm going in the Wet n Wild Mega Wear mascara. And then to set my face, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Finish Vapor something defixation. For me, this was a total fail. I didn't like the foundation. The bronzer and the contour blended out really, really well. The palette, for the most part, blended up really, really well, but the pigmentation was just not there. It just was not there for me at all. The eyeliner was awful. The glitter is sticking. I don't see it falling on my face anywhere, but it is very goopy, so just be mindful of that. I have hooded eyes, so it definitely transferred. The highlight is really pretty. It does emphasize texture. I don't know if I like the primer because the foundation looks so bad. I probably look like a clown right now. The Kohl pencil was not bad at all. And I love their liquid lipsticks. The Mega Length mascara for my bottom lashes is one of my all-time faves. Holy Grail status. I did not like this one. And yeah, I think that is it. Oh, the concealer was way too dark for me, but I still think it blended out really, really well. I don't think it's full coverage, but it still wasn't that bad. Oh, the eye primer. The eye primer, I think, did a really good job, and I've used that eye primer before, and it works really well, so I know that it was the shadows, not the eye primer. Oh, there's just so many things that this foundation should have covered up, and it didn't. And then all the creasing, and then the freaking whatchamacallit. It's just a total meh for me. I just mostly fails. A few products I love, but yeah. So thanks again for being here, and I really hope that you would subscribe and stay a while, and I really hope to see you on the next one. Bye guys. I gotta go wash my face.